Yeah, Evan.
Thanks for having me on.
So, Evan, the reason I wanted to bring you on was to share your story with a lot of people out there and a lot of men. It's an absolutely inspiring one to see how far you've come, how you've taken control of your life, and how you've really lost a lot of weight and, developed your mental and physical well being as well. So, let's talk about that a little bit. Evan, before you started the 28-day challenge, how were you feeling?
Very lethargic, tired, irritable. Sure, I think I was getting on probably depression. I think I was comfort eating, so it wasn't a good space. Obviously being new to the new environment here as well. I sort of get, like eating all the junk and not finding any way to get exercise done. Well, that was the last thing on my mind actually.
Yeah.
And obviously I found a post and I thought, well, let's give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And it has definitely transformed me. I wouldn't think it was that possible. It's been hard work. It's not something that I would say is it's not easy. It definitely needs dedication and commitment. Otherwise, it won't work, especially on the nutrition side. But it's worth the benefit. Really, I'm
Right.
full of energy now. Happier. Not so grumpy. I'm controlling my food intake quite well. I basically dropped the fast food almost completely. Occasionally I splurge when I have to take the kids. So obviously it's a one resist when you see them eating it. So,
Yeah.
but you can calculate it into obviously your macros and your food plan.
Yeah.
But obviously that just means like either fasting a lot or just cutting down on the other stuff.
And Evan, what are the biggest changes you've noticed in the 28-day challenge since completing it?
Biggest changes was definitely the energy level. I could stay awake like longer times as opposed to just wanting to sleep, eat and then sleep, or like, even like during the day, I can like manage the day without feeling tired or that. So that has helped a lot.
Awesome.
Because then if you're energetic, then obviously you've got more confidence. You definitely got more confidence in your body. You might have to change your clothing sizes because what I've noticed here, my clothing is looking rather large, and my wife bought some clothes overseas when I was a bit big, when I was bigger before I started the training, and it's like I'm gonna have to buy again something smaller just to fit in.
So you've how many dress size have you dropped? What's the size that you've gone down to?
I think I didn't know what I was before, but I think I was maybe on a 38 or 39. I've dropped to about a 35.
Wow, that's fantastic. Absolutely
I think the biggest
amazing.
drop, I think obviously it's healthy weight. I didn't, when we started, you said set your goal weight. I already set my goal weight, but I'm already below that goal weight. So
How much weight have you lost? How much weight have you lost, Evan?
Well, we started, I think, on your scale is different to mine, but with your scale, we started on I think it was 81. We've dropped it from 81 to about 75, and then obviously on
Fantastic.
the fat scale, the fat percentage we've dropped from I think I was on the 39%. We're down to 25.5%.
That's
So it's
fantastic.
quite nice.
That's amazing. That's an impressive result. Now, what were you trying before you started the 28-day challenge?
I wasn't doing anything. I was basically getting up in the morning, taking the kids, doing the routine, just coming home, vegging on the couch,
Mm-hmm.
searching on the web, but nothing, no activity. And now, after doing the challenge, I've actually got more health because now I also bought like a Fitbit that measures your steps, your calories, your all that. So now I'm
Yeah.
more conscious on my routine as
Right.
opposed to saying, well, I'm down on my steps, then you go and do some walking or something. And obviously, it's good because it measures your sleep patterns as well. So.
And Evan, you know what's crazy is you haven't been dieting like crazy. You haven't been exercising like, 2, 3 times a day or, those 10 sessions that people tell you to do. And you're still seeing the results.
Yeah, it's literally, your training is about literally an hour to 55 minutes. So, it's 3 times a week, and it's not bad. And then, obviously, the food intake, you have to, obviously, with the muscle increase, you have to increase your calories.